Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretraders.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you. Live and on relay stations throughout the world, you're watching Bruce Goldberg Live with special guests tonight. We haven't announced them yet, but anyway, this is live and we're doing it right now. So give a nice big round of applause for Bruce Goldberg. Nurse. Hey, welcome to it. This is Goldberg Live. Doing it live across the web. Live from Goldberg Mountain where the sun never sets. Goldberg Manor it's called anyway. Brought to you by hiretraders.com.au where you get 3 free quotes from tradies that are near you. If you're looking for a plumber, electrician, painter, anything like that, just go to hiretraders.com.au, these guys here, and you get 3 free quotes, obligation free. So what do you got to lose? I use it myself, so there you go. Welcome to it. This is live right across wherever you're watching this, YouTube, Facebook, Ustream, we stream, everyone streams, we all scream. Hello, Natalie Ann, she screams too. Everybody screams. And it's great to have your company wherever you may be watching this right across the nation as we do it live. Anything that's on your mind, just type it in the box and have you say, just like Natalie did. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Could be about COVID, if you're out there looking for COVID, or if you're not looking for COVID and you want to avoid COVID. And I'll tell you about my little issue I had with COVID, as most of you will know already. This week I had a bit of a scare. I'll tell you about that later. We've got some Vaucluse dailies to play for you, as well as the usual gags and the usual stuff that we have on our show live here. It's interactive, so you can type in whatever you want, just like Mike did and Natalie did, and we'll read it out to you live. We have our executive producers just over here from Madway Productions. They're the ones that do all these sorts of things. Nurse. And they also do this. And they do all the button pushing. That's these guys just here, my executive producers. And one day we will rotate this camera around and show you who they are. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get down to it. COVID. Boy, oh boy, COVID has hit the eastern suburbs of Sydney, where we are doing this live from. Waverley, where I am, is in a no entry zone, basically, for Queensland and Tasmania. And now you got to wear masks wherever you go. And all thanks to the good old limo man. Now, I can tell you a little bit about the limo man without getting myself into too much trouble. There is a name floating around who it could be. He is going to be unmasked, and it won't be through me. It'll be through the media. The media are already onto it. I can tell you that now. And there's some media people that have contacted me in the last couple of days. They know who it is. They know that he resides in a block of units in Bondi. And the people in... Why are you giving me this paperwork to read? I don't need to do it when I'm doing a live show, Mr. Producer, please. We'll have a meeting after the show about that. Getting back to this, he resides in a block of units, and those people that are in that same block of units, some of them have also got the infection as well. It's the Delta strain, they're calling it, the Indian Delta strain, the COVID strain is. So basically, this limo man will be unmasked this coming week, I will assume, because they're onto it. Hello, Hillary. Welcome to the show. Hello to Mike Simons as well. Good evening, Bruce from Bondi. Good evening to you, Mike. I'm just up the road from Bondi doing this from Goldberg Manor where the sun never sets. Anyway, so we will reveal who this is very soon, who it is. That's all I can really say at this point in time without getting myself into too much trouble and without naming names. But yeah, there is a name floating around who this is, and we'll just wait for the media to get onto it because I don't want to get done for defamation, basically. I know all about defamation, as most of you would know why. So that's basically it anyway. Look, we've got the Vaucluse Daily girls. They're here, as usual, with some Vaucluse Daily stuff. We've got a clown singing. We've got some people having accidents. And what's been going on in the last few weeks, if you guys have been looking for Goldberg Live videos of the past few weeks, basically Facebook is claiming that there's some content that some company is claiming is theirs, which it's not. And it's just robotic stuff. And they keep blocking this show after it's finished. They don't stop the live stream. So for all those thousands of people that watch this back during the week because they haven't watched this live, sorry, but that's Facebook doing that, not me. But you can always catch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Ustream and Realstream as well. It's just Facebook that seems to be blocking us after we finish this live broadcast, so you can't watch it back. But if you really want to watch it back, you can on YouTube. If you want to watch one of the gags again that we did or whatever. But some lunatic is claiming something is theirs, which it's not. And it's an automation, typical robot automation stuff. They give me enough stress as it is, Facebook. So one more thing. Hey, what's another thing,
Nurse.
Anyway, getting back to this, what am I going to do here? We're going to play something for you. Oh, yes. Let's play a Vaucluse Daily, shall we? This one's for you, Natalie Ann, watching this. I know you're watching this, Natalie Ann.
It's Susan Van Trafsky here with the Vaucluse Daily, coming to you bed bound, as I have just learned that it's Monday morning. But guys, for those of you off with enthusiasm to your jobs, photocopying or emailing or tweeting or tap-tap-rawing or whatever it is you people do all day, spare a thought for us, trapped in our castles with staff and no such company. I mean, the grass is not always greener. Think about us running fearfully like a hyena from a lawn, simply at the sight of the scales in the bathroom daily. Okay? Yes, Anna, I will have another Bloody Mary. No Tabasco, my stomach went off like a firecracker. Okay.
Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker Double Bay, the sales expert of the East. Call Daniel on 0418 243 093. That's 0418 243 093. Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretradeies.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
Hey, welcome back to Goldberg Live. We're doing this live from Goldberg Manor where the sun never sets. It never ever sets. We just use up all the electricity, suck it out of the power grid and send it to you. After we're done with it, we spit it out over to you. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Any other news on your minds or anything you want to talk about locally with this COVID alert going on at Westfield, Bondi Junction, and David Jones and Maya, and the little scare I had earlier in the week, which I'll explain to you right now. Basically, I go to this cafe up at Vaucluse called Cafe Bell. I know the owner, okay? He and I know each other by first name. And I know the staff, they know me, and they know what I usually order. And I usually hang out. A lot of people, I might as well say it, a lot of people see me hanging out up there with my friends and mates, and we all hang out and eat up there, or sometimes I'm on my own. Just depends, But I go there because, it's a bit out of the way and it's a bit quiet, and, that's the reason why I go there. So Mr. Limo Man seems to have that as one of his favourite places too. And Mr. Limo Man went there 4 times out of those 4 times, I was there twice. But there was a couple of hours difference, maybe 1 or 2 hours difference on both occasions. I don't know. I mean, what were the chances of that many coffee shops in Australia, and there's thousands of them just in Sydney alone, to be at the same place as this guy twice out of the 4 times he was there. I mean, it's just insane. It's just the chances is like winning a lottery, millions of dollars in a lottery. So I'm going to buy a lottery ticket tomorrow. But so I was there, and I feel sorry for Sam, the owner, and his staff, and also Wushuku. What's the name there? It's Wushuku Anna, who's had to get her place quarantined as well, and Rocco's as well, which is right next to where I went at Cafe Bell, and there's Field and Fork there as well. They were on alert as well. So I went and got a COVID test at Rose Bay. It was very simple, actually. I've never had one before, and I couldn't believe how quick it was. And there was a long queue, and there was also a long queue there today, and that's good that people are getting tested. Anyway, so I get tested about 6 o'clock at night. It was a pretty long queue when I went there, and I got the result at 2 a.m. in the morning, SMS to me. I jumped off my chair because, like, 2 a.m.? Who's SMSing you at 2 a.m.? So it came back negative. So I don't have to isolate because I did not come into direct contact with this person. I was there a few hours after him on both occasions, 1 or 2 hours after. And according to the New South Wales website, and I rang up Australian Health, whatever it was, a COVID hotline, I don't have to quarantine for 2 weeks or anything at all, and I don't need to avoid anyone or anything like that. So that's basically it. It's better safe than sorry to get tested, because you don't really know if you've got it unless you're tested. So basically, that's what happened to me during the week, and I thought, wow, what are the chances of that? But anyway, that's what's going on. So basically what's happened here now in the east is that if you're in the Waverley Council area, Wallara area, the city area, Randwick Council area as well, you've got to wear a mask if you go inside somewhere. Public transport, you've got to wear a mask. And if you're going inside somewhere, I don't think that would include a restaurant. I don't think it would include a restaurant because basically you have to eat, right? So you can't eat with a mask on. But, if you can get a takeaway, maybe that might be better. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. I'm avoiding going into places in the east myself as much as I can, or go in with a mask on, like to Woolies or Coles or whatever. Just go in with a mask on, okay? The worst thing that can happen to you is you can smell your own breath with the mask on, okay?
Nurse.
So that's basically the way. It's really bad when you can smell your own breath for the first time in a long time. But having that mask on, it's really bad. I think I might have to go out and buy some Tic Tacs. Very good with the boom tissues there, Mr. Producer. Very, very, very good. So, yeah, that's all you got to do, folks. Just wear masks everywhere. And if you've got anything you want to add to... the board, please, by all means, type in the box below and have your say on the board. You don't need to PM me. Just send it on the board so we can all see what's going on there. It'd be great to hear from all of you over there. What else have we got here? I've been trying to tell you about your breath for years, Natalie. Oh, Natalie Ann. I'll tell you a little bit about Natalie Ann. She's an old friend of mine. I used to work in a nightclub at Bondi Junction. I used to work in a few of them up there, actually. But this one particular place called Players Nightclub, I used to work there, and Natalie Ann was one of the dancers up there, who was also working sometimes behind the behind the bar. And she'd dance up there, and all the floor would clear just for Natalie to dance, because she was a good little dancer, like a Madonna. Like, she was like Madonna. The way she looked, the way she danced, And all the regulars knew her, and the staff, like me, knew her, of course. And that was the good old 80s, when I was a DJ in a nightclub up there at Players at Bondi Junction, which was the Star, and then it became Players, and... yeah, it was interesting. Who else worked up there on the door and everywhere else, Natalie, if you know what I'm talking about? Very, very interesting indeed. So there you go. You learn a little bit more about me as each week goes by here on Goldberg Live. It was another lifetime ago when I was a DJ. I was young and dumb, I didn't know there was no future in it, and, there's no money really in it at the end of the day. You don't get super, you don't get anything. So there you go. that's life as a DJ, and that's how I knew Natalie, and I've known Natalie ever since, and her brother as well, Christian, who's a friend of mine as well. So there you go. What a small little world it is. Small little world. A lot of us are still friends from the bars that used to work together and muck around and, work and clown around after hours and get free food before the start of the shift and all that sort of thing. But it's where the Apple store is now, I think, at Bondi Junction, which was Players nightclub, which got a lot of people. It used to get packed, and we used to open till 4 or 5 in the morning, something like that. Anyway, we'll move right along. Enough of what I used to do. That's how I know Natalie. There you go. Natalie's just suddenly discovered this show. I didn't tell her about it. She just discovered it. Coming up on Goldberg Live, we have a clown that can sing. And you think, it's not me, by the way. People say, how come we don't see you and this clown at the same time singing? Well, it's not me. I'm not the clown. I wish I could sing like this guy. I can sing, but this guy's, he's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. He sings a song which he twists it into Gilligan's Island, which is a bit weird but in itself. But trust me, it's good. It's worth watching. We also have some funny goats making some funny sounds. Absolutely guaranteed to make you laugh. We've got some funny accidents coming up because people like to watch people lose their well-being and have an accident. People enjoy at other people's expenses. Got a whole stack of other things too, but if you'd like to join us, just type it in on the board. This is a totally live interactive show. We're talking about all sorts of things. Something very interesting, which I found by accident actually, was Diplomat Restaurant on Dover Road is also a Malabar Thai restaurant out at Malabar, owned by the same people. And how I found out, basically, was I went on Deliveroo and I saw Thai restaurants. I'm seeing Malabar Thai Rose Bay. I'm thinking, where on earth is that? I've never heard of it. So basically, I asked around and we found out that he also owns another shop at Malabar. So there you go. Roy Butt. Hello, Roy. It was good to knock into you and your wife not too long ago up at Monkey King up at Vaucluse. Lots of sirens. Anyone know what's going on? Well, usually, Roy, when there's a lot of sirens on, it means that there's an emergency going on. That's what's going on.
Nurse.
And that's what basically the answer usually is. Hello to everybody. Hello, Roy. Hello to your wife as well, Roy. I met Roy accidentally, actually, in a Thai restaurant up at North Rose Bay, Monkey King. And they recognized me from this show. So I was wearing a cap in disguise, but they still recognized me. Might as well give away the cap now. I mean, too many people know it's me in that cap. It's weird. It's weird. Anything on your mind, folks? Type it in. Which way is the siren? Which way are these emergency vehicles heading, Roy? Is it going towards the Gap, or which way is it going? Up Old South Head Road, or down, or in Sydney's eastern suburbs? Where are you talking about these sirens are? We'll just wait for Roy to let us know what's going on. And if you're just joining us, this is Goldberg Live from Goldberg Manor, where the sun never sets. What did you get up to on the weekend? Let us know. I've had an interesting weekend. Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. It's been pretty full on, but pretty interesting. But very, very busy indeed in a lot of places. Very, very busy. I went to Stanley Street today. And you might see the photo I put up on the board of Mrs. Palmer's sandwiches with the pickle and oh my God, that is a real place in Stanley Street. But I'm really shocked of how much Stanley Street has changed in East Sydney. It used to be all Italian restaurants there. No Names is not there anymore. There's a whole stack of them that are not there anymore. So the people I went with, we ended up at Bill and Tony's, which is really, really good. It was packed, absolutely packed, even upstairs. But it was really good. Now, I haven't been to Bill and Tony's since the 90s. So it was great to give that a go again. And it's great as usual. But I am surprised how the Italian strip there has now become Thai, dumplings. It's no longer just Italian, or there's hardly any Italian restaurants left. There's maybe 2 or 3. But Bill and Tony's is obviously the most busiest one. But if you haven't been down to Stanley Street near the sort of like before you get to College Street where the museum is, go and have a look. It's changed. They've got this ugly concrete thing now. I don't know what Clover Moore's thinking. I seriously don't know. I don't get it. I'm not a Clover Moore supporter, really. I just don't get what she's doing to the city with these big concrete things that they put in Stanley Street. Looks ugly. Looks absolutely ugly. I thought Bondi Beach was bad. That was really, really ugly.
Nurse.
So, anything else on your mind, folks, please type it in the box just like Roy did and Natalie did and Hillary did and everybody else did. That's all you got to do is just type it in the box and have you say, I think, what was that, Mr. Producer? Oh, it is. It's time for Vaucluse Daily number 2.
This is to the man in the car who just told me to F off after I asked him to please slow down on our narrow neighborhood street moments ago. Dear sir, I imagine you are not from one of our narrow neighborhood streets, and I imagine you are unaware that the street you were speeding on is filled with families, with young children, dogs, people who ride bikes and walk. Okay, this is a neighborhood. It is not a thoroughfare, nor is it a highway. And I also believe you don't know the appropriate response to please slow down. The appropriate response would be, of course, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Thank you. And then slow down. Now I'm actually late for the Celebrity Center. Tanya, we need to speed up. They've got me doing an on-camera piece today. And this has nothing to do with the party we had last night. Don't give me that look. Come on.
Yeah. What? What can I do for you?
Zapatero, ¿qué opina usted del gobierno de Zapatero? Pues igual que yo. ¿Y qué opina usted? ¿Qué opina usted? ¿Qué opina usted del gobierno canario? ¿Y de los ayuntamientos de la isla?
Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretraders.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
And welcome to Goldberg Live. Oh, boy. It gets some of us laughing here, right? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Those crazy goats. That's really them making that noise. It's insane. It is totally insane. This is Goldberg Live, in case you're joining us just now. It's not Goldberg Dead, it's Goldberg Live. We're live in Cosmic Stereo, coming to you from Goldberg Manor where the sun, it never sets. As we always say, anything on your mind, folks, just type it in on the board below and have your say, whatever it might be. It could be about the COVID problem in the East. It could be about the new shops opening up, something you're not happy with, something new that's proposed, something that's closing down. Tell you what, the church, not the band The Church, but the church on Dover Road and Old South Head Road, they've smashed the whole back of it down. The whole back's gone. They got rid of one of the buildings at the back of that church. And I think they're going to be building that cafe very, very, very soon. Or a restaurant that they've proposed. A $500,000 fit out for a restaurant. So that's what's happening there. A lot of new stuff going on around here. Lots of new stuff. Anyway, anything that's on your mind, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Type it in the box below. Have your say. What happens when you get a clown who can sing, and it's not me, okay? It is not me. A clown that can sing, he mixes one song, which is extremely well known, with a TV theme, and he fuses them together sort of thing, and this is the end result. Take a look at this.
Just sit right back and you hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing lad, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. Makes me wonder, ooh, really makes me wonder. The ship set ground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor and Marianne, here on Gilligan's Isle. Was tossed, if not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. And they're here on Gilligan's Island.
Well, that just happened. That smoosh up was created by Little Roger and the Goosebumps back in 1978.
Look at me, don't I look so wonderful up on my beach? Oh, look at me, oh, look at me, oh, look at me, oh, it must have been Bruce Goldberg, he caused me getting dumped. Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker Double Bay, the sales expert of the East. Call Daniel on 0418 243 093. That's 0418 243 093. Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretradeies.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
Hey, welcome back to Goldberg Live. We're doing this live from Goldberg Manor on a Sunday night as per usual here in good old Sydney town, the eastern suburbs, the COVID-ridden eastern suburbs, where more cases are going to be announced tomorrow about COVID, and we know at least another 2. And the name of the limo driver is starting to float around. It's floating just like a little floater. It is.
Nurse.
And I can tell you now that there is a block of units in Bondi that has had the limo driver there, and he lives there, and the other people that live in that block of units have also been infected. So this is all going to come to fruition very, very soon, and I reckon the next 24 hours, revealing who the limo driver is and what block of units it is in Bondi. And I know some people already that know it. They're holding it tight to their chest, or close to their chest, I should say. And I'm not going to reveal what it is or who it is, because I'm not going to get into trouble for doing it. But it will come out in the media any tick of the clock who it is, who's put us all in this situation. This has affected so many businesses. You know, I went up to Westfield today, and it was so empty. It was ridiculous. It was just absolutely empty. There was hardly any cars in the car park. It was just like a ghost town. But the information that the government is getting out to us is slow, and it's behind in the times, because this is going back over a week ago now, or a week. Why is it taking them so long to tell us where these hotspots are? It's putting us all at risk by not telling us fast enough what's going on. I mean, if you don't agree with it, or you do agree, let us know. Type it on the board there. Have your say. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere else, just type it in the box that's below this stream and have you say. We see it all here from whichever stream you're writing it from. We'd love to hear from you. Natalie Ann says more clovers equals weeds. Roy Butt says sounds like Bondi Junction, the sirens. Well, it might be they're getting rid of COVID or something. Who knows what they could be doing up there? Could be anywhere. Could be anything. Who knows? Who knows? Look, sirens are all the time around us. I mean, you hear them every night because they do practice runs. They've always been doing... I remember as a kid hearing them late at night doing practice runs. So I don't mind them doing practice runs at 2 in the morning or whatever, because one day I might have to call on them. And at least they will know what they're doing because they've done practice. They've had practice runs. So that's what it could be, just practice runs to, keep on their toes and what's going on in different scenarios, all that sort of thing. Anything you might want to write here, just write it on the board below, just like Roy and Natalie did, and all the others have written here on the board on Facebook or YouTube or Realstream or whatever stream it is. Ice Cream, could be any stream. It's time. I think it's time for a walk. What do you reckon, guys? Vaucluse Daily number 3.
Hi, it's Susan Van Chafsky here with the Vaucluse Daily. I've struggled through the rain down to the inner west to Paddington today to collect some bed linen for the guest wing. Alarmed, to say the least, at the amount of traffic and people and faces glaring at me. Somewhat of a fishbowl. This car like a beacon in the night. But, guys, more to the point, absolutely disturbed today upon discovering that in my dressing room there was a beige Todd's loafer atop a patent pump. Now my vocal folds dropped octaves at this sight. Never shall the twain meet, so they say. Let alone be on top of one another, let alone inside one another.
Ahí va. Juan Cosío. ¡Vamos, guarda! ¡Guarda! Le valió madre, güey.
Pusher, there you go. Oh my God.
Okay.
Nigga say,
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
for hours watching that. There we are. Funny accidents here on Goldberg Live. Anything you want to say, folks? Type it in the box below and have your say. We'd love to hear from you. This is the first time we've done a shows on a Sunday night. I think we did one on a when was it, a Friday or a Monday? Yeah, this is the first time we've done a Sunday night one for quite a while, the big one. So we'd like to hear from you. Please contribute. Have your say. Don't just sit there and watch. You might be watching this, I don't know, on your lounge. You might be sitting on the toilet watching this. I mean, shit does happen, right? It could be anywhere. Ooh, that was a bit slow on the boom tish there, Mr. Producer. What's going on there? Anyway, it might be anywhere you're watching this. We'd love to hear from you. Just type it in, have you say. Could be anything. It could be sirens that you've seen, or a new shop, or a disaster going on, or something about COVID, which we all want to know about. And as I've said before, the limo man has created such a problem in this whole area, and it's just spreading now. If it keeps going, you know what's going to happen, don't you? We're going to go back into lockdown. That's what's going to happen. I mean, masks are now required in the Waverley, Wallara, city areas, Randwick area. These are all the councils, right? Waverley, Randwick Council, Wallara Council. You can't even get into Queensland if you're from Waverley, or from you can't even get into Tasmania. But what really confuses me, and I don't know if it's me or the government has screwed up, but basically, where Mr. Limo Man was on New South Head Road at Wushuku and Cafe Bell and Rocco's, that's all Wallara. That's Wallara. And one half of Westfield is Wallara, and the other half is Waverley. So why isn't Waverley on the ban? Why isn't Wallara on the ban list too? Just like Waverley is for Queensland and Tasmania. I don't get it. Maybe they don't know too much interstate about Wallara. Hasn't got a beach that's pretty well known. That's full of graffiti. I mean, I don't know. Can somebody explain that to me? Because he was more in the Wallara side of things than Waverley. So why on earth have they just banned Waverley and not Wallara? I still don't get it. Hillary says all Westfield Bondi Junction staff have been what? Tested, and they've requested all store staff to also be tested immediately. Oh, when did that go around, Hillary? Was that today? Was that today that they said that to you? Hillary works in Westfield. I won't say where. I know exactly where she works. I've got in and said hello to her. Lovely lady. Lovely, lovely, lovely person. If you ever come across Hillary, you'll certainly know that you have, because she's such a pleasant help to you when you want to buy certain things. I'm not going to say where she works. Yesterday, there you go, on Saturday. So there you go. Thank you, Hillary, for that. And whatever Hillary says, I can guarantee you 110% correct. The credibility that Hillary has is 110%. So whatever Hillary says, I 110% believe. So you can put that down, that Westfield Bondi Junction asked all staff to get a COVID test immediately. Are they following up, Hillary, with if you have been tested or not? Are they double checking on people? Because they reckon this thing can spread really quickly, within seconds of coming into contact with someone with it. And that's what really concerns me. I mean, this thing could really, really spread quickly. And it's starting to get out of control again. And that's why we've got masks back on again, so you can smell your breath. Where's the boom tish? Oh, we haven't got it at the moment? Okay, it's on strike. Oh, the boom tish is on strike. Okay, we'll have a meeting about that after the show there, Mr. Producer there. Yeah. What was that? Oh, you're on strike too. Oh, no, you aren't. Oh, these producers. I need new producers, I think. I think we need to sack these producers live on air one night and get... No. They're okay. Mad Waves Productions, they're fine. So, anyway, tell me, Hillary, if they're going to follow up and say that it is mandatory to get the shot. They might have said it, but are they following up to check that you did get it? It will be interesting to see how Westfield's going to do that. I don't understand how they could possibly do that. There's too many people. Absolutely too many people involved there. Way too many. I've just got a update from a source, as we speak. It's just blinked in front of me here. Are you aware? You guys aware of this? Okay. Further venue in Bondi has been identified as a case location. We already knew this. Why are they saying this is new? This has just been announced, but this was already published. Okay, I'll say it again. Bondi, the Health Emporium, 263 to 265 Bondi Road, Tuesday the 15th of June, between 12:15 and 12:45. There's a new one in Northmead and Zetland, so the bloody virus is spreading again. Not to get the vaccine, but to get tested. Yes, yes, Hillary. Yeah, I understand that. So there's a public health notice. I'm just scrolling through here. No, they're just repeating it again. Why is this source repeating what already came out on Thursday? I don't get it. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's who this source is. See, this is what I mean. The sources are behind the times. They need to get up with the speed here and not tell us about things that were like a week old or 2 weeks old. It's too late. It's way too late. Way too late. Now, we need to get onto this quick smart, not wait days and then reveal it. I mean, those 2 cases that are going to be revealed tomorrow, why are they getting revealed tomorrow? Why not now? We know there's 2 cases. We'll reveal it today. Why are we sitting on our hands for 24 hours when the thing could spread? None of this makes any sense. It really doesn't make any sense at all. We know there's 2 more cases at least being announced tomorrow, but they won't say yet where or who. We've got to wait till tomorrow. Why can't they? Is it so hard just to find out where the hell these people have been? Surely we can find that out if it comes down to everybody's health in New South Wales. Surely. Gladys must be able to get this done. It's not rocket science. Seriously. It's just beggars belief. I don't get it. Anyway, you might have a different take on it. I'm totally lost when it comes to this stuff because there's so many out of date and out of time announcements, I should say, that it's just none of it makes any sense. None of it at all. But, that's the way they want to run the state. So be it. Just remember this at election time, I suppose. There you go. And also the vaccine. Well, the Pfizer vaccine is going to be for everybody under 60. I don't know if they're going to make that then into 70 and under 80 and under 90 or whatever. They're trying to get rid of the stock they've got of AstraZeneca, I would assume. They know that there is an issue that going on there with AstraZeneca, all these side effects with blood clotting and all that. But if you're going to get a vaccine, just get it. Just get it. I'm waiting until the Pfizer one's available. I'm going to get the Pfizer one. And I think I was going to get the Pfizer one ages ago anyway. I've been thinking about it because I've been hearing about all this AstraZeneca stuff. But at the end of the day, some form of vaccine is better than none. So if you can get your hands on an AstraZeneca, get it. If you're waiting for Pfizer, well, just be careful and get the Pfizer one. And there's Moderna, I think, what's it called? Moderna? I think there's one called Moderna coming out later in the year. That's coming out too. They reckon that's a new generation of one. I don't know. I think, we should ask, someone should ring up Pfizer and ask them, can you get a double deal? Like you can get some Viagra with your Pfizer COVID shot. I think it'd be great. They could get through heaps of it then. Everyone will get vaccinated. All the males will. Because they'll get Viagra as well in a bulk purchase sort of thing.
Nurse.
Only kidding. Anyone else want to have their say? Please write it on the board. One of the boards that we're streaming to, either on YouTube or Facebook. We see the whole lot. It comes through here up on the screen right here in front of me here in Goldberg Manor. Has anyone noticed something different about Goldberg Manor tonight? Has anyone noticed anything different? Anyone? I'll give you a hint. I'll move out the way here so it gives you a bit of a hint. Something's missing. There's something missing on our wall. What do you think it could be, folks? What do you think's missing? If you're a regular Goldberg Live viewer, you'll understand exactly what it is missing. Look, it's the paintings. They're not there. Why aren't they there? Because we're doing some work on the wall. we have to do some more work on that wall, and it's already been painted, but we just got to do some more work. So there's no paintings there. Usually we've got paintings up here for first-time viewers of Bruce Goldberg the First and Marika, but at the moment we're doing a bit of work, and in Goldberg Manor, as you have to maintain these things, and that's what we do, and that's why there's no paintings up on the wall. But no one noticed. See, people don't believe this is real, but it is. See. There you go. One day we're going to get one of the butlers to walk right past me, because I've told them it's instant dismissal as soon as they walk onto the screen here. But that's the only way to keep them out. And same with these two clowns here, my producers. But, when it comes to real stuff going on, we can move the pillows around over there. We can change the paintings. We can do all sorts of weird and wonderful things here. So there you go. There's a little bit of inside information about Goldberg Manor, situated in the eastern suburbs. We won't tell you exactly where, but it's somewhere. Anyone else want to have their say? Please do, by all means, write it on the board. Have your say, or I'm out of here, one or the other. Love to hear what you have to say. We'll just give you a bit of time to write it in and have your say. Doesn't look like it's going to stop raining. I think the school holidays have started now, haven't they? Some people are already on school holidays. Well, that's basically it. No one's writing. Everyone's watching. Okay, well, look, take care during the week. Be COVID safe. Wear a mask if you're going inside somewhere like to Westfield or a shopping centre or Harris Farm or Parisi's or anywhere. Restaurants, I don't think you have to, because you've got to be able to eat. And how are you going to eat without a mask? With a mask, I should say. How would you eat? Anyway, look, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. And if you see me in the street, come up and say hi. I won't bite your head off, but I'll try to. Good night.
You've just been watching Goldberg Live, brought to you by hiretradies.com.au.
Nurse.
This has been a Mad Ways presentation, darling.
Pickle,